Hello, everyone. Hi, Denise. Yes, Tally's saying hi. It never fails. I just hit the go live button and the UPS driver, I think it was UPS or Amazon, pulled up, and of course she started barking. I go, oh no. I sent a text message to my husband quickly and said, I'm live. Can you shut Tally up? So then I heard him going, shh. So, oh my goodness, never fails, does it? Bless her. Bless her. Hi, Connie. Good to see you. All right, let me switch down to my desk here. Got some new things to show you today. Let's see if I can get them where they're not. Don't get that glare. How are you all today? Yes, Tally was saying hi. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, she's, poor old girl, she's got a tumor on her foot that's getting bigger and she's having a little bit of trouble. She's limping on it sometimes, but she still really loves to go for a walk, and she pulls us down the driveway all excited to go. So, and she's not eating as well as she used to. We have to kind of coax her into eating and add stuff to her food. So we don't know how much longer we're going to have sweet Tally. So we're just enjoying every day that we have with her now. And she's been a great pet. So she's 14 and a half, so she's an old lady. But, well, it's good to see you all. How are you doing today? I'll just see if anyone else hops on in a minute. I've got lots to show you today, all kinds of stuff. And some reminders. Let's see if anyone else can jump on. All right, so I will go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone. It's great to see you all. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all having a great week. So can you believe it's almost, we just have a couple of days left in June, and then we're into July. We're halfway through 2023. Isn't that shocking? To me it is anyway. I can't believe how fast time is flying by. And we've been really lucky here in Sacramento. We've had a nice cool by our standards, June. But now the weather's heating up and we're going to have some 100-degree days coming up soon. So I'm going to be staying inside in my craft room, I think. But anyway, it's great to see you all jumping on here today. So as I said, end of June, a couple of reminders. Of course, the DSP sale, just a few more days, 3 more days of the DSP sale, 15% off all these wonderful papers on pages 129 through 132. So there's 13 different papers that are on sale. The one that's not in here is the Irresistible Blooms, or Hello Irresistible. I always get the name mixed up with the stamp set, but that is an online exclusive only. It's a 6x6 stack. So these are all on sale. Hi Nedra. Hi Kirsten. Good to see you. So just a couple more days left of this, so make sure you stock up. It was great last week, wasn't it, having the free shipping? I don't know about you, but I definitely took advantage of a double good deal and got free shipping and discounted DSP on that day and stocked up, because of course these are going to be around for a whole year, so we know we can get lots of use out of them. So anyway, don't forget about that. Just a few days left. So a few things, I got lots to show you today. So I have some new products to show you. So we have some brand new online exclusives, and Stampin' Up demonstrators were able to order them throughout the month of June, or some of them on pre-order, but these will be available for all of you on this horse and sleigh bundle. Look at this old bunny, he's so cute. And there are matching dies, and let me open those quickly. This is big. These are only shown at 80%. So I don't know if you can see. Sorry about my light there. But that horse and sleigh is big. Hi, Marsky. So you I think if you use this, it has to be a landscape card. I don't think it'll fit on a portrait. And then there are dies here to match. So there's dies that cut out the horse and sleigh and the trees and the sleigh on its own. There's kind of a swirl. There's the little bunny. And then there's these that are, you can kind of use them like snowdrifts. Or you could maybe use them as clouds if you kind of overlap them in the sky and did some sponging, I think, too. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. And then as part of the suite, there is these embellishments, these, what are they called? Adhesive back snowflake assortment. And they're through 3 different colours, and there's different sizes. There's, I don't know if you can see that, but there's these, the bigger ones, and then these little tiny ones here. If you can see the tiny, yeah, these. So those are fun, and they're adhesive backed. And then there's this paper, and I had an open pack, but I can't find it. So let me open this one quickly so I can show you. So really pretty 6x6 stack. So you get, let's see, 48 sheets. I think 12 different designs, 4 of each, I think. I'll just take them out. So on the front, they're really pretty scenes. This is a cabin. It's a bit hard to see online because there's an outline to the cabin there. I was like, what is that? It looks like a church steeple or something, but it's actually a cabin. So yes, 4 of those. And that's just plain on the back. And I guess that was, let's go. I'll try and go through these fairly quickly. So there's another one, really pretty. And we've got, so they seem to be kind of mixed up. Some have the scene on the back, how they're put in the package, and some on the front. So this one has this on the back, some trees. Let's see. This one's pretty, isn't it? Look at the colours. It's like a kind of early morning light or something. Sunrise. This one has just, so I like how they're plain on the big back, because actually you could use them for any time of year. And there's not really anything that says Christmas about, obviously, oh, this one's definitely Christmas because it's got the wreath on the door. But most of the others are more winter than Christmas. That's kind of an aerial shot there. And this kind of stuff is always so useful. So you could use this year round, and this kind of wood grain for backgrounds on your cards. It's so useful. That's a nice scene there. Oh, look at the cute little deer. That's really cute. And I guess this, we think of that as Christmassy, but it doesn't have to be. And then we've got this neutral kind of blue one, again, which is a great all year round design. And then this one, and this one. This one is that colour on the back. And then we've got a dark wood grain, again, always useful. And we've got a fox here, nice light coloured. And then this is really pretty, look, this one. This one, you really just need a sentiment, don't you? And then you're good to go. And that's red on the background. So really pretty. So that's a 6x6 stack. So that'll be available June 6th. And then there'll be other things coming. We got some of us that did a Stamping Up event called Creativity Now. We got a little sneak peek of a couple of other things that are coming. There's going to be a really cute little truck punch with matching stamp set. So that's going to be fun. All right, so I thought I would show you what we did in my team meeting on Monday night. So we used the Les Shop designer series paper. I keep hearing people saying Les Shops, and I'm pretty sure it's just Les Shop. The French don't pronounce the S on the end of their words. So your little French lesson for today, it's Les Shop. It's not. It's like you don't pronounce the S on les, and you don't pronounce it on the end of shop. So it's Les Shop. But anyway, it's really cute paper, and I know some people don't really like scene builder type paper and stamp sets, but I love them. I think they're so much fun. So you get 3 different papers that have this different stores on them. There's 1, 2, there's another one here. There's all kind of stores, and then this one has books. This one has little tiny stores, shops, and this has some ice cream and bakery stuff. And then they're all kind of more neutral designs on the back. So we made cards in our team meeting with these. Let me show you them. So this was one that we made, which is a gift card holder. This has got a little bookshop, and I thought it would be nice to put like a Barnes and Noble border. Which Barnes? There's Barnes and Noble and Borders, and I forget which one is still in business and one which isn't. I think it's Barnes and Noble that is still in business. But anyway, so this is a gift card holder, and you could actually attach that with a little glue dot. I didn't have a gift card from there. I have just a Starbucks one, so I put that in. But it kind of slides. You've probably seen this kind of gift card holder before. It slides in and out, and you can write your message on this part here, and you can leave it loose or you can attach it. So I thought that was really fun. And so that was one of them. And then this was another one. Now this one is a fun fold that I saw. I forget what her actual name is, but her business name is Stamps and Lingers. And she did this card. It's a fun fold. She called it an accordion, like a closed accordion card. If you can see, it's got a bit of dimension there. And it opens like this. I don't have anything stamped in there, but it works really well with these tall shops. So I did that version, and then some people got this version, because obviously there wasn't enough of just one shop to give everybody the same. Whoops. So this is the same, opens like this. So this is all just one long strip of cardstock that you fold in, kind of accordion style. So there was that one. And then this one, which is a little scene, and sponged around the designer series paper to give it a little bit more depth. I made a little scene. And then this one, actually, we didn't make in our team meet. I was going to, but I kind of ran out of designer series paper. It was hard to figure out. I had to make 20 make and take packages, so it was hard to figure it all out. So, but this was one that I actually made at the event that I went to a few weeks ago that was put on by Paddy Bennett and Kirsten Del Rosario in the Bay Area. So this is one that I made there, which is a fun fold. And it used the ice cream from one of the designer series papers. So that was that one. But we also did, in my team meeting, we did this little bookmark, which I thought was really cute. So these glasses I got from the stamp set that I used last week, the Bird's Eye View stamp set, and I just did a little bit of light balmy blue blends. God, try saying that fast. Light balmy blue blends. That's tricky. Balmy blue light in the glasses, just to give a bit of kind of like the reflection from the glass. And then in the stamp set, there's the word books. So I just went books, and a little bit of ribbon. So that's kind of fun. So just a reminder that also at the end of this month is the last chance for the Join promotion. And that is where you get your starter kit for, instead of, well, it's $99, and instead of getting $125 worth of products, you get $155. And if you get your starter kit and you sign up under me, then you'll get to come to my team meeting every month and make fun stuff like this. We have a really great time. We had a really fun meeting. We talked about On Stage that's coming up in November, and then next year in Houston. We talked about all kinds of stuff. We did a mystery card. We did some recognition for my team members. We talked about what's going on in Stampin' Up. It was just a fun meeting. We got to all share and about fun stuff that had happened in our business and that kind of stuff. So we have a really good time. We're a really great community. So don't forget, there's just a couple of days left of that. And nearly all my team, I have a couple of business builders on my team, but most of them are hobby demonstrators who just love the community, the getting the discount, and love the products and the company, and just love to be part of a wonderful stamping community. So I'd love it if you would join my team. I have team all over. I have some local and I have some in all across the country. So anyway, now I have more to show you. Let me show you. Oh, let's do, before I show you my cards from my class last week, and we're going to make one of them, let me talk about the giveaways quickly. So last week, do you remember I had these to give away, the ombre bags and the pale papaya blends? And the winner was actually, I think she's on here today, and I think she's my longest, most loyal viewer since I've been doing Facebook Lives, Denise Clementi. So Denise, congratulations, you're the winner of these. I will get them. I think I may have your address. I'm not sure. So I will get these in the mail. I'll let you know if I don't. So congratulations. These will be on their way to you. And this week I'm giving away these Peekaboo treat bags. You get 10 in a pack. You get 5 craft and 5 white. And then I thought these went really nicely. I loved these. These are retired, but they were some of my favorite gems, elegant faceted gems. And they're lovely neutral colors, which you know I always like. So that's my giveaway for this week. So comment and share, and I would love it if you would share my post, my live, and that's because that's how I kind of build my business and get some new viewers. All right, so let me show you what we did in class last week. We did lots of cards. So Kristen, who's on my team, Kristen Rodas, she helped me out a lot this last month because I was so busy with, as you know, my son's wedding and company from England, and then I had my team meeting and then my card class. So she actually designed 2 cards for me this month, which was really, really a huge help because she designed and she prepped them. So this was one of hers. So she did this as a graduation card using the balloons bundle and that really pretty acetate, which is on here and behind the balloon, and it's kind of a fun fold. I forget who came up with this idea, but is it Susan Campfield maybe? But it's a really fun fold. And what's really interesting is this is Wild Wheat cardstock, which I know is not the most popular in colours, but look how great it looks with the black. It looks gold, doesn't it? So it's really perfect. And then she did an option for just a birthday card, and she had a bunch of different colours that we could use. And this one is just kind of like a simple. She hasn't done the inside part for people that wanted to do a simpler version, and quite a few people did this version actually. So that was one card, and then her other one that she designed was using two sea themed stamp sets, the Turtles and Beauty of the Deep, and she did this card, and she's just got the layout just a little bit different on these two, but isn't that pretty? So quite a lot of background stamping, and then the cute turtles, and I love how she sponged the sea anemone, I think that's what it is, and she's embossed the starfish, so really pretty. So everybody loved those two. So those were Kristen's. And then I got a bit carried away with my samples. This was one of my cards, which is a fun fold using the Earth and Elegance suite. And I really love this suite. I love the images and I love the colors in the designer series paper. They're just really rich. I want to say like jewel tones with the pretty peacock, and that's so and this is a fun fold, so it has kind of a mini card inside, and then it closes by just tucking behind the sentiment there. And I did a bunch of different samples because the DSP is so great. So there's another version, and there's another one, and one more. So I love this color combination. I love this paper. And this paper is really great for cutting out the vases too. So some of them I stamped the vases, and some of them they're die cut from the designer series paper. So, oops, that one's, there we go. Let's tuck that one in. Yeah, so that was that one. And then the one we're going to make today, let's see, I'm gonna put all this stuff, is this one. This is the one that we're going to make today. And I'm calling this a faux foil technique. And you'll see why in a minute. So isn't that pretty? So this is using the Gorgeous Garden dies. In fact, ooh, I think I put them away. Let me grab them really quickly so I can show you. Let's see if I can grab them real quick. Okay. So here they are. You get these two in a set. They're brand new in the annual catalogue. So you get these two dies, the leaves and the flowers. And what I did ahead of time is I die cut them from foil. And before I die cut them, I put adhesive sheets on the back. So this is what I've got left. I've got two gold ones, but as you can see from the cards, that these ones, this was done with rose gold foil, which is really beautiful. Our rose gold comes in, let me grab it to show you if I have it here. I do not. I was looking for my paper share, but I don't have it. But it comes in three finishes. So this is the matte finish, and then this one is the shiny, and then there's one that's almost like holographic that we didn't actually use. So people could choose from either the rose gold or the gold. And I have a couple of, I think the rose gold was the most popular, but I have a couple of these ones I have left, so that's what we're going to use. And I think I'm going to do the flowers. So like I mentioned, I have adhesive sheet on the back, and I already die cut this so you didn't have to sit and watch me. And this is just a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 foil. And then I've got a piece of cardstock, basic white cardstock, that's the same size. So I'm going to peel off the backing, and what you'll notice is not all the pieces came out. You can see there's still some of the little pieces in here, but what you'll find is, for the most part, when you peel off the backing, most of those little pieces will come off with the backing. So we're just going to peel this off carefully. I probably should have done the leaves, because the leaves tend to come off in one go, whereas this is a bit more fiddly, but we'll be all right. So just peel it. And this is probably going to come off in 3 pieces, because if you've used the adhesive sheets, you'll know that it's kind of in the backing is kind of in panels. 3, you get the pieces are 6 by 12, and then there's 3 panels that comprise the backing on each sheet. So this, though, is coming off almost in one. Look at that. So let's just double check. Let's get this little piece off. Let's just make sure we have all the backing off, because why I used the backing and as opposed to doing it with glue is because I'm going to do some sponging, and I want to make sure that this is stuck down really, really well onto the cardstock, so that when we do sponging, none of this is going to pull up. So that little piece is being a bit stubborn. There we go. And if you've got some tiny, like there's a tiny, tiny piece in here that's supposed to come out, I'm not going to worry about that. Nobody's going to notice that. So I'm just going to feel all over and make sure that everywhere is sticky and I don't have any backing left on, I think. I have some backing on here still. Yeah, the leaf one actually came off a little easier and was also easier to get out of the die. There we go. I could feel that little bit of backing on there still. I think that is good. All right, so now I'm going to put it onto this piece of basic white cardstock, and it's quite forgiving until you press down firmly. It's not going to really stick properly, so you can kind of line it up and adjust if you need to, but we are going to trim it down, so it doesn't matter if it's not on there completely evenly. And then you can turn it over and kind of give it a good old rub. And then I'm going to do some sponging, but before that, I'm going to run it through the die cut machine one more time with a different plate combination from what we normally, sandwich combination from what we normally use. And this is what's going to create the faux foil technique. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen foiling done on cards lately. It's very popular, but you need like a foil machine, or you need a laminator and special foil. So this is my kind of little trick to replicate that a little bit. So right now it's pretty, you can feel the foil kind of, you know, raised up from the cardstock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the sandwich I'm going to use. I'm going to take a nice, oh, let's see, I'm going to grab my base too. So I've got my base plate here without the adapter plate. And I've got a nice clean clear plate. Don't use one that's got a lot of marks on it, because we're going to put our card down face down onto here. And so you don't want to use one, let's show you this one. Don't use one like this, because you might get some of these lines that transfer to the foil, and they might show. Because this is so thin and detailed, I don't know whether any of them would, but just in case, use a nice clean plate if you have one. And then I've got this embossing mat that Stampin' Up used to sell. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can find them on Amazon pretty inexpensively for like about $10. But you could also use a silicone mat and then a couple of shims. So put a silicone mat down and then a couple of pieces of cardstock, or if you've got a plastic shim, then you could use that too. But so I had to play around, and it'll depend on your machine too. I had to kind of play around a little bit to find the correct sandwich. But then I'm using my grey specialty plate. This is the number 4 plate. This is what you use with embossing folders. So I'm going to feed this through my die cut machine, which is sitting right behind me. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I come back. Whoops. All right, so what tends to happen is this tends to get squished out for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. But when we lift up, I don't know if you can see on the back how, let's see if I can catch good. Can you see there how the gold foil has been, this is the back side, has been pushed into the cardstock? It gives, so, and then if you turn it over, this now, and you probably can't really see online, but this is like really, really flat, and it's almost like the foil is embedded into the cardstock. Isn't that cool? So that's my kind of faux foil technique, and you can do this with any die cut image. It doesn't have to be like a whole background like this. It could be, whoops, is my sound okay? Let's see what's happening here. I just got a message saying my AirPods were connected, but oh no, well, hopefully. Okay, so the next step is to do a little sponging. And so that's one good thing about using the adhesive backing, is that I know it's really, really well stuck down. Now you can do your sponging ahead before you attach, just on your plain white piece before you do the die cutting. But I feel like this is much easier. It goes much faster for one. And also, if you do the sponging first, you have to wait for your cardstock to dry. When you get rid of some of these little pieces, when you saturate your paper that much with ink when you're sponging, it does take a while to dry. And if you don't let it dry or use a heat gun on it, the adhesive backing won't stick. So I feel like it's easier just to do it afterwards, and it goes really quick. So I'm using here, let's see, Daffodil Delight, Bubble Bath, and Sweet Sorbet. So I'm going to actually go Sweet Sorbet, Bubble Bath, Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to do it in this order, but I'm going to do it backwards. I'm going to start with Bubble Bath, Sweet Sorbet, and then Daffodil Delight. And I've got my brushes labeled. I have these little color-coded things, but some of them are popping off and I'm losing them. So I've just been labeling my brushes instead. So I'm just going to really load up my brush, give it a little tap, and then I'm just going to go in and sponge. And if it seems like we do a lot of sponging on my lives, but it is one of my favorite things to do. Do you guys like sponging? You're very quiet. Does anybody have these dies, and has anybody tried this technique before or anything similar? I'm going kind of at an angle, like a diagonal. Let's see. So I guess which way up does it go? I guess my pink's going to be at the bottom. Oh, my pink's at the bottom on the other one, so that's fine. Doesn't really matter which way. Can you see all right? Should I zoom in? Let me see here. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Move my inks up. There we go. Seems like my light is really bright. Let me see if I can turn it down a bit. Oh, that's a bit better maybe. Oh, now I can't see the comments. I see somebody commenting. First time for me. Let's see. Hi, Cindy. Came on late, but like the faux foil technique. Denise says she thinks she needs these dies. Yeah, they're really beautiful, aren't they? I love big background dies like this. And in fact, I just saw another technique that I thought, oh, I might have to try that too. One that another card maker did. She's not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but I have to try that. All right, so that's good for the pink for right now. And I want to keep in mind that I am going to trim some of this off. So I'm going to lose some of it. Now this is Sweet Sorbet, which is much bolder. So I'm coming in with this. I thought I'd start off with the pink because I don't want to get too much of the Sweet Sorbet on my pink brush. So this is Sweet Sorbet. And I can go back in a bit with a bit more pink if I think I need it. And I want to get this quite dark because I want a nice contrast between the three colors. So that looks pretty good. And then let's make sure I've got my brushes. And then we're going to do Daffodil Delight down here. And the nice thing about, I'm going to flip this around. The nice thing about doing the yellow and then the Sweet Sorbet is I'm going to get a fourth color. I'm going to get orange in there where these two blend together. So you get another nice, look how pretty that is. I don't know how well you're seeing this. There's a bit of a glare from the gold, but hopefully you're seeing this all right. And so you can just go, you know, as much color as you like. Look how pretty that is. So I might just go back in with my pink and blend that in just a little bit more where the pink and the Sweet Sorbet meet. But I feel like this is much, much quicker and easier than if you were starting out with a blank piece of basic white. I don't know about you, but this goes really quick. And then, so I think that's really good. And then, oh, excuse me, I've got a bit of a tick. I'll close up my inks. And put those to one side. And then the last step is I'm going to take, I've just got like a cloth that I use for wiping off stuff, and a nice soft one. And I'm just going to rub all over. And you can see some of the ink is coming off that's on the foil. So just be gentle and just go all over. And because the ink will just lay on top of the foil, it doesn't actually dry. So then, well, it might dry eventually, I don't know, but then you can just buff it off. And look how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? Now we're going to trim it a bit because I've got this nice border around the edge. You could leave it bigger, definitely, but I like that white border. I think it looks nice. So I'm going to grab my trimmer. So this is the hard part done. And I did put a new blade so that I could make sure that my trimmer was going to go through really well. So I need this at 3 5/8. So I'm going to take off a little bit this side, kind of just enough to get the border. And I'm going to go up and down a couple of times to make sure I'm going all the way through. Flip it around. 3 5/8. Let's see. Hi, Louisa. Linda, hello. The gold die is from which set? So Linda, it's these. It's called Gorgeous Garden. I haven't labeled it yet, and you get 2 dies. You get the flowers and the leaves. So here's the leaves card. Yes, and I'll put all the products. I'll list them all afterwards when I update my video. So then I'm going to do 3 5/8. And then I want 4 7/8 this direction. So I'm going to go, just take off the border on this side. And 4 7/8. And you can look to see how your color is and which end you want to take more off. But that looks pretty good. Lovely. And then it's mostly assembly, and I've done some of the remaining work ahead because I really wanted just to focus on this technique. It is beautiful, isn't it, Linda? So let's see, which way up? I don't know that I think this way, don't you? So let's get the rest of my bits and pieces. So I've got a piece of basic black. Now this is 3 3/4 by 5, and that's why this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller all around. So this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And I'll put the dimensions for you. Oops, come on. So we'll attach this to this. Let's see if I can get it straight. Normally I'm standing up and looking down over it, so that's pretty good. Just a little bit of rub. And then I've got my card front. I've got the rest of my pieces. Right, and then this. So which way up did I have it? This way. Louisa says she's putting the dies on her next order. I know, aren't they beautiful? I love them. And you can do so many things. You can make a 2-for-1 card. You can die cut them in white, and then you can sponge over, and you'll get the sponging on the white, and then the negative image too. I think I might have showed you that a couple of weeks ago when I was showing you things that we did at Patty Bennett's. If I have time, I'll see if I can grab them to show you, because there's lots of things you can do with these. Let me just get a little sweep of water. I've got a frog. So that's the card front, and then we need to add the sentiment. I got this far when I was designing it, and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to finish it off? I didn't know what to put on, but I came up with this that I thought looks nice. So I've got a circle that's punched with the 2 3/8 circle punch, and I embossed this with, it's this embossing folder. It's part of the set of 3 that's online, the embossing basics, I think they're called, the 3D embossing folders. Sorry, excuse me. So I did that, and then in the dies, so here's the stamp set. Let me show you the stamps and dies that we are using. Stuff down on the floor that I've already shown you. I think it could be finished. Yes, in fact, one of my ladies, she just took it home like this because she wasn't sure what occasion she wanted to use it for. She was just going to finish it off later with, whatever she felt like she needed. So this is the stamp set, Sending Smiles. And so you've got this nice big word, sending, that you can either stamp or die cut. And then you've got all these little sentiments that go with it. So you can do any of them. Sadly, I have misplaced the stamp that says a note of thanks, which is one that, I need all the time, thank you cards. So that's a bit of a shame, but I have all the others. So I'm doing this one a birthday. And then here's the matching dies. So you get, for the words, you get these 2, you've got this big shadow, which is what I've die cut the black. And then you've got this more delicate one, which I'm going to die cut the white piece. And I've already got a piece of white with adhesive backing. So I'll just die cut this. Let me grab my baby boss and do this. Put this to one side. So I'll just set this on here. And do it so you can see it. Now, the trick is with this is that little dot that goes on the top of the eye. What is that called? Is it a tilde? No, a tilde is something different. Anybody know what the name is for the dot on top of the eye? Denise says she would use the gold instead of the white. What, for the circle, Denise? Yeah, that's an idea. I think I might have tried that. But yeah, you definitely could. You could definitely do the circle in gold. Now, the tricky thing about this is the little dot. Where's my sample card? What did I do with it? I buried it. Is the little eye. It's very hard to keep track of. Oh, for the word. Yes, you could definitely do that. I tried a few different combinations and this is what I liked, but definitely you could do whatever you like. Now, here, my little eye is still stuck in there, so I'm going to lay that down gently and come back to it in a minute. So here's the sending, and we will just peel the backing off of this. And again, if we're lucky, all the little extra pieces will just come out with the backing. And that one did. Yep. Usually that's what happens. See how they're all just falling out. Good. And then I've got ink on my thumb. And then we will just line the S up. And like I say, it doesn't really stick down firmly until you really press it down. So you've got kind of time to line it up. And you can adjust if you need to. Looks pretty good. I'm just going to turn it over and give it a good press. So there's the sending. And then what I'm going to do, and what I told people to do, is if your little dot for your eye is still in your die, what you can do is you can take a little tiny, let's see if I can adjust that just a touch. Oh, well, it's close enough. Take a little tiny dot of glue and put it right where you want the dot. And then I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to take your pick tool. Now I've got an alternative. If this doesn't work or you lose your little dot for your eye, I'm going to show you what else you can do. So don't panic. I'm going to put this over here and just see if I can press out my eye. And there it is. Do you see how I did that? And there's a little bit of extra glue, but that's going to dry. Now, on this card actually, I lost the dot to my eye. I couldn't find it. This other one, I think I have it. But if that happens, your options are you can use a jelly roll pen. And that's what I did on here actually, and I'll just go over it and add a little bit more. A white, yeah. And that looks absolutely fine. Or you can just use an embellishment. So you can use, we have these, the classic matte dots, and there's white and vanilla. If you use the tiniest white one, that'll work. Or if you have some of our old pearls, you could just take the tiniest pearl and put it there too. That would work. So don't get too stressed out if you lose that little dot. But that's how I did that. All right, so back to our card. Now I already did the sentiment just to save a little bit of time because it's already 10 to 1. I got to get a move on here. So I already stamped and heat embossed this with white embossing powder, and I used one of there are 2 sentiment dies. I used this smaller one that are in the sending die set. Whoops, that was my liquid glue that just fell on the floor. And I'm going to just attach this. I'll use my, let's see, did I do dimensionals? No, I didn't. I didn't do dimensionals on this. So I'm going to attach this. I'm just going to put glue kind of in the center there. And I'm going to do this kind of about like that. I find this easier to do it before I actually put it on the card, but you can do it either way really. And then I'm going to take my sending and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue up here and over here where it's going to kind of overlap. And it's going to get secured onto the card a little bit too, so don't worry if you feel like that's not enough adhesive. It's going to get attached. Actually, I could have put some under here too. Maybe I'll put a little bit under there. Yeah, you could put some under the other letters too. I think I did that. So that's that. And then I'm going to put in, dimensionals on the back. Let's see, a few of these. And I'm going to put one on here because this part needs to be popped up too. And then I'll just take one of these little skinny pieces from the edge. Oops, I have all my scissors. And put this in here like that. Maybe one more. Like that. And then we'll pop this onto the card. You could put another one there if you wanted. And then this is just going to pop on. I like to have it just hanging off just a little bit. You could put it up here, you could put it over here. Just going to set it here. Make sure your words, your birthday wishes is straight. There we go. And then a couple of finishing touches. I tied, let's see, where's my, I used some of this Baker's Twine Essentials. You could do gold thread if you like. I'm just going to do a black bow. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, I was really happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to do a little black bow. Oops. But you could do whatever color combination, you know, for the sponging, whatever color combination you like. Let's see. And then I'm just going to put this onto a glue dot and see if I can lift it off on my scissors. Let's see if I can just kind of hook it in underneath. There we go, just like that. I find that the easiest way. And then finishing touches, I grabbed these ones again that I was showing you for the eye, and we'll just put a couple of these along the bottom. And then I won't do the, I'll show you what I did for the inside. I won't take the time to, oops, oh come on. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. All right, let's just see if I can do this with my finger. So I'm just gonna put two on like that. And one next to it like this. I miss those black matte dots that we had. Do you remember? I used those all the time. I'm sad they went away, but these are good. All right, so there's the card. Now this one, I'll show you what I did on the inside. I took another piece of white and black, the same size as those pieces on the front. You don't have to do this. You can just stamp directly onto this card back, but in terms of like the weight, it kind of evens out the weight of the back and the front of the card, and I think it just looks a bit more elegant, adds a little extra class. And then you can type your inside sentiment, and then these are just some of the little images from the stamp set, but you could do whatever you like. So that's that one, and then this one. So I did birthday wishes for this one, and then I put thinking of you today inside. And this one I used Highland Heather, Boho Blue, and Lost Lagoon. And somebody did this actually as a sympathy card. They did the matte rose gold leaves, not the shiny, and they did these colors. And there's a sentiment in the stamp set that says sending comfort and strength. So they did a sympathy card that turned out really nice. And I think these colors were perfect. But yeah, I think so much fun. Let me see if I can find what we did at Patty Bennett's event where she used these dies with fun things. See if I can find them really quick. Let's see here. Where did I get them? I have them here somewhere. Oh yes, there we go. So at Patty Bennett's event, they had like a technique tables around the outside. So what we did is she had die cut this from white cardstock, and then you layer it over another piece of white, and you sponge. So there were 3 colors. I think it was maybe Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, and Lemon Lolly, I think were the 3 colors here maybe. And I didn't do that great a job of sponging, but you'll get the idea. And then when you take it away, you've got this piece that you can use on a card. So you could put this on let's grab a black card base. You could do something like that, right? And then you've also got this one, which is really pretty. It's like the negative image that then you could also cut down and put onto a card base. So you got lots of, my husband's just come back with the grandkids, so the dog Tally's barking. So anyway, there's lots of different techniques that you can do with these background dies. They're so much fun. I just love them. And of course I love sponging. So anyway, which one do you like best? Do you like the leaves or the flowers? Let me know. And hopefully you'll give this a try. If you don't have that embossing, what's it called? Embossing that layer, mat. You can just do, leave it, just put it on with adhesive and then run it back through your die machine, just to help it get stuck properly, and then do your sponging. But this way, this faux foil technique, I think, is really cool. So anyway, I hope you like that. So next week, I may make my other card, the one with the earth and textures, earth and elegance. I might do something completely different. I'll see what happens, what inspires me. But anyway, thank you. I'm sorry I've gone a little bit long today, but thank you so much for joining me. I will list all the items I used on the Facebook and on YouTube. Don't forget, for every $50 order or more this month, I will give you a pack of these Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And have a good rest of June. Let's see. Denise says she can't say. I like them both. Good color combinations. Very nice. Cards, beautiful technique. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm glad you like them. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your June. And next time I see you, it will be July. So I'll see you next week. And have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all. Bye for now.